cannot be taught or learned, all bound up in a single lightning strike of a 10-foot harpoon.
Slow it down, slow it down. Hit him! Make it down, make it down.
Every bluefin, in its own way, is every harpooner's Moby Dick.
I buttonhole, I want you to go through him. We're gonna let him go. He's a big, big fish.
The force of a strike that can pierce through a tuna earns newfound respect for a primitive weapon.
Nice job, gents. 2 fish, 6 minutes. That's the way we do it.
With 2 fish struck, it is time to haul them onto the boat.
I don't think he went very far. He went 1/10 of a mile since we whacked him, so done. He's done. He's all done. All right. Let's get him in quick, all right? Remember, nice and smooth. As soon as you get a hold of him, I'll come down. All right, starboard side.
Hand over hand, the steel blue treasure is retrieved.
Nice fish. Nice fish. All right, let's get this bad Larry aboard. That's a real nice fish.
To help conserve the resource, each fish must be carefully measured and their standard met.
93.
Another giant bluefin lies out there, waiting to be hauled aboard.
Come on, Ty. Come on. Are you moving him at all? No, I'm not moving him at all.
But retrieving a giant remains to be seen.
There's one big fish in the dock. Hit him!
A technique going back thousands of years. The most elemental form of fishing for the elemental task of earning a livelihood from the sea. Now, the catch must be hauled in.
Stuck in the mud. We're stuck on gear on the bottom. That might be the big one we've been waiting for all day. Let me know when you get him.
With the money involved in harpooning, there's no margin for error or room for waste.
Owning the boat and the plane, it can get very expensive very quick if you're not able to start connecting with tuna. You can find yourself in a pretty big hole pretty quickly with the price of fuel, because 100 gallons in the boat and another 50 in the plane. But I have a very good pilot, very good crew, so we're able to quickly eliminate those expenses. It's a great feeling, because then you get to go home and you know you've accomplished something.
It may look like steel, but it's gold on the deck. Dollar signs with fins.
We don't know until we go back to the buyer. They'll take the core sample of it, take a tail cut, and then from there, they'll have to submerge it and brine it, water and ice.
Giant bluefin, like the ocean, can get into your blood early. Meet Nolan, a 13-year-old. He dresses out a big tuna in less than 10 minutes. All learned from working on a harpoon boat. Now it's time to learn the price of tuna.
Consistent over the last 10 years. The average price paid probably around $8 a pound. Back in the late 80s and early 90s, we were getting much better prices because the Japanese yen was stronger against the dollar. But now with the yen closer to 125, you're losing about 50% of the value of the fish on export. Fish are still selling for the same yen in Tokyo. It's just the return on that same fish is much less back to the fisherman. best day of harpooning usually starts with a nice morning. Weather conditions are right, the moon conditions are right. You leave the harbor and it's relatively flat and you're going to have that really good day.
A flat ocean, but no plane this morning. Captain and crew must read the sea on their own.
You got to get real good at seeing very subtle differences in the wave. They leave small wakes. So if you can decipher the pattern of the waves, that's the biggest clue that you have tuna fish nearby.
Then the throw is true.
Hit him! Hit him!
Here is what they used to seek. Today, the catch has changed. But in the heart of a Cape Cod man, there is still a harpooner. To the experience of hunting for thousands of years in the seas with harpoons is added the element of the sky. Eyes that lead the hunters to their prey. And this is what it all comes down to. A lone man on the pulpit of his boat. A 10-foot harpoon waiting in his hands. There has to be tuna at the end of the line to ensure that time, effort, skill, and expense have not been for nothing. And so that the men can carry on this way of life.
Looked like about 100-inch bluefin tuna. Took the rig, let him tow until he's all done. Gonna keep looking for more fish.
Back in the spotter plane, Dan has got to catch up to the boat to help in the hunt.
Well, Danny's on his way. He's probably got another 50 miles to go, so just trying to find any signs of life here. A little bit of weight going on right here in front of us.
This is a basking shark, a gentle cruising giant that feeds by filtering plankton.
Most unbelievable experience that I've had tuna fishing. Last year, heading across Cape Cod Bay, we came across an 18-foot female white shark. That is a huge white shark, dude. That is a huge white shark. She circled the boat and came over and looked at me, and I looked at her. I filmed the entire episode.
You can forget Joss. Nothing is like the real thing itself.
There was a sense of calm about her that I can't describe. She knew that I represented absolutely no threat in the effortless way that that animal could move through the water without disturbing, making a ripple. It was incredible.
Today, on Water and in Sky, the hunt is on for a different monster.
All right, coming up again. Start to make a real slow turn to starboard.
Four boats, 12 o'clock, hold that. Okay, hold that.
Everything rides on one throw of the harpoon.
I'm in the clear, in the clear. Be right on him, do you see him?
Tyler must put everything out of his mind. And he strikes.
He's a big, big fish. All right, he freaked out.
Now, there are two giant bluefins to haul in. A day the harpooners live for. And one that lets them go on making a living steeped in tradition.
You never say number two till the tail rope on it.
Proof of selective harvest, strict conservation, and a renewed resource. The magic 100-inch mark. over 600 pounds of tuna. As long as tuna swim, there will be men to hunt them. Making the art of the harpooner an undying one, even as the centuries pass.